It's Week 14 of the NFL, and all eyes are on Drake May. He's a top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Patriots and the Falcons. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit colder.
And this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation, but can you now play good enough ball down the stretch to not only be in the conversation, but actually find yourself in the postseason?
We are about set for some football, and it's Joey Sly to kick things off. And off we go here in Atlanta. Brown now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by the lefty from the University of Washington. It's Michael Penix.
You know, some weeks, Mike, it just seems like you just can't do anything wrong. Every play, every throw, it just seems like everything goes your way, and that was certainly the case last week, throwing for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tell you what, his receivers, they're coming into every game saying, we're going to get a lot of opportunities, and their quarterback can continue to play at that high of a level. There's a lot of production to go around.
They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down, but in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield, and there does come some danger when you throw back across, but in this case, it's a big completion. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down. From the gun, here is Penix. He's got his man, it's Mooney. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it'll be second down. From the gun, it's Penix. And he'll take it on in. Kyle Pitts. Touchdown, Atlanta. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Falcons will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The New England offense getting ready to go to work here. They'll be led by the man from North Carolina, 6'4", quarterback Drake May.
You know you have a good week, Mike, when it takes all 5 fingers on one hand just to show how many touchdowns you threw in last week's win. Now, do we expect him to do that 2 weeks in a row? I'm not sure that's realistic, but as long as he continues to operate at this high of a level, they're going to have a strong chance to win every single week.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. Second down and 8. Slot receiver headed right. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. He's inside the 35. And he will dive into the end zone. 70 yards. Touchdown, New England. That touchdown puts him in double digits. Now 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. Joey Sly on now for the point after. He's got it. And the Patriots come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Brown now to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix getting ready for their next possession. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. Take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. They'll throw on first down with Penix. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angles so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
He'll be marked down very close to the first down. They got 14 of the 15 that they needed. It's going to set up a manageable 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. He has it by plenty. They keep the drive alive here on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Now Penix to throw on 2nd down. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down. On the give, it's Robinson. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back, but not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Here's Penix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Marcus Jones now to return. And they'll force him out of bounds right at the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He finds Bell. That's caught. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's May. That's caught. It's Javon Baker. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. That's complete. It's Jalen Polk. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. A.J. Terrell up for the tackle. A touchdown apiece here in the 1st quarter of play. It's the Falcons with the early lead. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. On 3rd and a yard, here's May. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. May now on 1st and 10. This complete to Polk. And he'll be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 4.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Here's Gibson. And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd.
And he's in. Javon Baker. Touchdown, Patriots. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. Now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Out comes Sly for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Pats are on top. It's 14-10.
Falcons 10.
Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Falcons offense ready to get back at it. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. On play action, Penix. Now, deep ball for London. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
3rd and 9. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. To the left side in the hands of London. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. The Falcons getting their punter out there. That's Marcus Jones back to return for the Patriots. Well-executed kick. Fair catch called for and taken inside their own 10-yard line. The Patriots offense and Drake May making their way back out. And he's putting together a remarkable season, currently leading the NFL in passing yards as we play here in the month of December. Here's May to throw it on 1st down. That's over the middle and intercepted. It is picked off by the rookie safety.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their 1st read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll begin with the football in the red zone already as the defense has their back to the wall to start this drive. And he's into the end zone. Michael Penix. Touchdown Falcons. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Patriots offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his season total. You get a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes to this point this season. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
We see this time and time again in the NFL, Mike. You want to play quarterback at this level, you better figure out a way to be able to bounce back following a bad throw, a bad series, a bad game. And in this case, he's got to bounce back from a pick on the last drive, and he's got to find himself some easy completions and settle himself back into this one. So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to, what they call, punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, you stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Sly's kick is good. And the Patriots have tied it at 17.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense about ready to take over once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Penix. That's caught left side by Pitts.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
On 2nd down, Penix will get this to Pitts once more. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Pitts is the man in motion. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll go again with Robinson. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the 1st down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, right back to Robinson. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Penix. Over the middle, that's his tight end, Pitts. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Pitts is the man in motion. Now Penix. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jelani Tavai. He's to midfield. Inside the 30. And he's going to take this back all the way. Touchdown, New England. What a spectacular take back for the score. You can stay in your own end zone and just take the touchback. Better yet, go the other way and get the touchdown.
And just a great heads-up play there, Mike, not only to secure the ball in the end zone, but then to recognize he had an alley. He's able to outrun the rest of those guys, and now he finds himself taking it all the way back for 6.
Following the touchdown, here's Slide to kick it away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. To throw is Penix. This one into the hands of Brown. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, here is Penix. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. On the return is Jones. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Ramondre Stevenson and the Patriots getting set for their next drive. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. To throw on 1st down is May. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. And the Falcons have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Penix. He's got his man. It's Mooney. Falcons go ahead and take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll come up here 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. They'll throw. It's Penix. This pressure is relentless. They get him again. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Patriots 24, Falcons 17.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And it's the Bengals who have the lead in the second quarter. Joe Burrow with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Brandon Ayuk, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Will Levis leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. We saw a solid first half from the Oklahoma man, Ramondre Stevenson. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. A short one taken at the 10. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Patriots offense and Ramondre Stevenson heading out onto the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. On first down, they'll start out with Stevenson. And he gets this up close to the 40. Big Grady Jarrett shuts it down. Here's a 2nd and 6. From out of the gun, here's May. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now, May. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. And that is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to get back at it. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Throwing is Penix. He's going to tuck it and go.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
And he'll manage to work this forward to the 37. Jelani Tavai there on the tackle. On 2nd down, here's Penix. To the outside. Catch made by London.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
On 3rd down, it's Robinson. And he will convert. Good job there. Drive continues at the 48.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
Toward the sideline, there's Brown. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Now Penix to throw on 2nd down. Throw over the middle, caught by London. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. On 1st down, it's Robinson. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Christian Gonzalez comes in for the tackle. Penix now going to keep it on the zone read. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
This defense has had their share of troubles trying to contain this quarterback today, Mike. This time they go to the zone read, the defender goes after the running back, and the quarterback pulls it, keeps it himself, and has a huge gain for a 1st down.
And they'll get him down right around the 5-yard line.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
On 3rd and goal, it's Penix. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Atlanta. And that is touchdown #1 in the National Football League career of a guy, Greg, taken high in the draft, hoping for moments like that.
When you get drafted in the 1st round, Mike, let alone as a wide receiver, the expectation in the NFL today is that you need to come in and be an immediate impact player. Plays like this continue to build that relationship with the quarterback, and I think this guy's got a real bright future.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Both these offenses have been in form. Is the defense going to show up? Can anybody come up with a stop? All tied here in this third quarter, and it's 1st and 10. That's caught! And he's going to be marked down, bringing it all the way to the 25-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you could see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. It's May. Quick throw, taken in. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. Slot man in motion right. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line, and that'll set up 2nd and goal. Throwing is May. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
The ball inches from the goal line. 3rd and goal. To throw now, May. It is brought in the end zone. Pop Douglas. Touchdown, Patriots.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started.
31, Falcons 24.
Following the touchdown, here's Slide to kick it away. Brown now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. We'll take you back to earlier and some highlights in this one. He had success throwing it, but also success running it, including that rushing touchdown. He has been the unquestioned leader of this offense on the field today. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. A gain there of 13 yards. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Penix. Hit as he threw it, and the pass is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
On 2nd down, Penix. That one is caught by Mooney. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Big play coming up. This is third down. Throwing again, it's Penix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
Returnable from the 17. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. He'll start on the ground with Stevenson. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. We'll go right back to Stevenson. And he'll get this close to the first down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves third and short. They'll try to run for this. It's Stevenson. And he will have a Patriots first down. He has it by plenty. They keep the drive alive here on third and inches. May going to look to throw. A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. The last run going to put him up over 100 yards for this one. A good spot here, second and a yard. They'll go play action with May. He'll take a shot here, back to the end zone. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively, stayed right with him, and will bring up third down. On the give, this is Stevenson. And right to the 25-yard line, that is enough for the first down, so they pick it up on the ground, and the drive keeps going.
First down, New England.
Throwing now is May. He finds Bell. That's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
6-yard pickup.
And you think back to the first half, Mike, just how well he threw the ball, and you thought maybe this defense would come up with some answers in the second half to slow him down, but so far that has proven to not be the case.
To the left side here, caught by Baker. And the Patriots are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. You're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. And they'll run it here with Stevenson. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Here's May. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here is Penix. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
From the gun, it's Penix. That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Again, it's Penix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Defensively, that's just a missed opportunity, Mike. Anytime you have 2 defenders in the area and neither one of them is able to make a play on the ball, yes, I know that the ball felt incomplete, but, man, you got to get your hands on that ball and take advantage.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down. They'll run on first down with Stevenson. And he'll get about 5. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll run here with Gibson. Whoa! And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They face 2nd down and 7. Now Gibson. He's to the 10. And he's going to take this all the way home. Antonio Gibson. Touchdown, New England.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Following the touchdown, here's Slide to kick it away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense ready to take over once again. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Here's Penix. That's caught left side by Pitts. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. 1st and 10. They'll throw. It's Penix. This one intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Jones. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They are looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on, as they're going to start this drive. 1st and 10. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
A carry now for Gibson. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On the ground, Gibson. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
He was brought down at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
So it's a road win here for the Patriots. And it is their 3rd consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.